Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching. This is my empties part 2. I had so much stuff just overflowing the canvas tote that I normally put my empties in. I hadn't done it in a long time. I'll link the other one for you here as well as the description box down below. But this portion here is just mostly makeup products. I've got a lot of mascara and a few other things that are really easy for me to burn through kind of quickly. Let me start with this. Okay, there should be 2 more of these in this old packaging, but my kids threw them away. And I was like, "Mah." But look, there's 4 balm.coms. And these are the old packaging. They now are using the slant tip applicator, but I had been hoarding these, hiding them from my kids because my kids love balm.com because I think it was last year in February when Glossier came to Sephora that they changed the formula to a vegan formula. They took out the lanolin, they took out the beeswax, they took out the things that made this occlusive, the petrolatum, that made this exactly what my lips needed to feel amazing. And I used to have like tubes of these all over the house. One at my editing desk, one here on my beauty desk, one in the living room next to where I sit and crochet, one in the kitchen. So if I'm, making dinner and my lips are feeling a little dry and crusty, one in my purse, one by my bedside. I used to have tubes of this everywhere, and whoever needed some would just come and, squeeze a little bit out and off and run. But I can't believe that I finally was able to like quit being so precious with my massive hoard of balm.com because now the original formula is back. I have really been loving the strawberry one, but we have a cookie butter, we have a lavender, we have a Swiss Miss, and then there is my favorite, which is the coconut. I'm so glad that I have another coconut now. It's been a long time since I've had one of those. All right, other products that I went through. I went through another Laneige sleeping mask. This is the grapefruit one. I love the way this one smells. I like the apple lime. I like the citrus scents. I'm just gonna be honest, I love those. I normally don't end up getting the limited edition shades. This is one that I usually pick up from a Korean retailer like Yes Style or a Stylovana because normally you can't find the grapefruit one here in the States. I know it comes in their squeezy tube balm, but not in the lip sleeping mask. And I really like that, so I tend to get that. Another thing that I finished, I'm almost done with the other one, is this right here. This is the Fenty Skin Plush Puddin'. And this lip mask is really interesting. I love the way it feels on my lips, but something interesting happens. This one here, the opening is this way, and you have to twist the bottom. And as you twist, something in there pushes up and it clicks, and one little click will advance product up through this hole. You wipe it off, you apply it, you're good to go. This one worked perfectly. I have another one in vanilla. This is, I think, the Barbados cherry. The one that I have that I'm almost done with is the vanilla one. And I will crank, 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 crank. And I'm waiting like 2 or 3 seconds in between each crank. And then all of a sudden a giant like amount will come out. I'm like, no, because then I can't use it all. It's too much. This one, this packaging worked perfect because like one crank, I'd get a very small amount. I'd wipe it off, and applying that was just enough to moisturize my lips without being too much. I don't want it to be goopy. I don't want it to be overly like going everywhere. I need the proper amount. So I don't know that I would get this again, although I do love the product on the inside. Sometimes, and I've heard people say you're just gonna crank it and wait. And that one there, I crank and I wait. And I waited like 30 seconds, so I give it another crank and I wait a really long time. And it's finally to the point where that one crank where it finally does start to move up. I think that the other packaging is faulty. This one was perfect. And I don't know that I'm willing to roll the dice on a 20-something dollar lip balm where there's waste involved. So although the formula is really nice, it's great on my lips, I don't know. I'm concerned about the packaging. If they ever repackage, I might get this over the Laneige. But I haven't done the price per ounce evaluation on them, but I really like the way that one felt on my lips. Another lip product that I like so much, I got another one of, is this. This is the e.l.f. Lip Slick, and this one, I could dig it out, but I'm not going to, is the shade Black Cherry. So I can't really get anything out of it anymore because it's like down to this point, like completely flat. But it's a really good alternative to the Clinique Black Honey. The color is very close. The texture is similar. I feel like the other one is just a little bit glossier, but I like this one because for $5 on the e.l.f. website, I can get one of these. And I do have another one. So the one that I'm done with, the new one, they don't always have them in stock, but I really, really love this because it is glossy, it is a sheer tint, it is beautiful, and it's nowhere near the $25 or $26 price that the Clinique Black Honey Almost Lipstick is. This is definitely what I would rather use. They're so close, I don't think I can tell the difference. I finished up an entire concealer from Estee Lauder. This is their Double Wear Radiant Concealer in the lightest shade 0.5N. I like this so much that I have another one. I cracked into another one, but I also like this so much that I took the stopper out and I used my little teeny tiny baby spatula that I have for makeup, and I want it all. This lasted me more than a year, and for the longest time, like 6 months, this is the only thing I was using. I love the coverage of this. I like how it's not drying. I like how it's very, it stays, but it doesn't end up looking drying, because the regular Double Wear is too much. The Double Wear Concealer, but the Double Wear Radiant Concealer is beautiful. So if you have mature eyes, you're looking for something that is hydrating while also still being full coverage, this one's great. I've always liked the Beauty Pie Under Eye Genius. This is their color corrector. And I do have another one right here that I'm about to hit the bottom of the pan here. This is a really beautiful under eye corrector. I have really been leaning into the Bobbi Brown one recently, but I think this was my third jar and fourth jar, the one that I still have product in. I really like this. I'll probably continue to purchase it, but me and the Bobbi Brown one, we've been doing real good recently. So I don't know. This is good. I like the price of this. The Bobbi Brown one's in the 30s. This one's like about $14 or $15. So it's less expensive, but this is a little bit more emollient, a little bit more hydrating. If you need more of a hydrated glow, I would go for this. If you want a little bit heavier correction and you don't need the hydration because you're getting it from something else, I would say the Bobbi Brown Stick Corrector. That's what I've been using and I love it. I used up a trial size of the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury and I liked it so much. I got a full size that is almost out. This is great. This is like hairspray for your face. So when you have a full face of makeup that you need to stay on all day and not go anywhere, that was one of the things that when I was still working at the dentist office and I had to wear a mask with patients, this helped keep my face on and not transfer to the inside of my mask. And I would go through multiple masks a day. Every time a new patient comes in, I put a new mask on. So my mask is on and off, on and off, on and off. And this is really great. If you are a healthcare worker and in and out of a mask for whatever reason, this works fantastic. Another one that works really well is this, but I am still getting to know it. I had this too long and I never finished it. And I have to declutter it. It's the Angel Veil Primer from NYX. It's a nice primer, but at this point, the texture has changed. I had it too long. I'm not a primer girly. I'm not. Is it good? Yes. I think this is really good for people who want kind of like a soft finish look to their face. This is not necessarily pore refining. This is not necessarily like mattifying. There's a little bit of mattification that comes with this, but it's a good overall primer, but I found that I didn't use it, so I'm not going to repurchase. I've got 6 mascaras here. One that I will not repurchase is this one right here, the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. And this is not the waterproof version, but you could have fooled me. This has that really interesting wand where one part of it is completely bare, and that loads bulk up onto your lashes, and then these really thin little combs throughout the rest will help to deposit and lengthen. This is also the notorious Lash Gate mascara. Okay, neither here nor there. Does it look beautiful? Yes. Is it super hard to remove? Yes. Which is why I don't want to repurchase it. But if you don't mind working hard to get your mascara off, you might really like this because she holds a curl. But it's really kind of hard and crispy, and I'm not really loving that. That's why. Here is the Watch Me mascara from What's Up Beauty. This has one of the most interesting brushes I have ever seen because it's got what looks like a traditional brush on this side and then a little comb. You can see the little comb right here on this side here. So you can brush it on and then go through and kind of use it to get out any clumps. I thought it was okay. It's not my favorite. So I'm not going to repurchase. I really wanted to love this Fantasize mascara from One Size. I really did, because look at how enormous the brush wand is. This is one of those rubber molded brush wands, but it really built up a lot of bulk and it got a little too chunky. I got it in a set with an eyeliner, and I felt like both the mascara and the eyeliner had been around for too long and they were a little on the dry side right when I cracked them open. So maybe it was, this is a great mascara. It's just that the one that I got had been there for too long on the warehouse shelf. This one's not mine. This is my oldest. This is the Sky High from Maybelline, but it's the waterproof. She loves this mascara. And she's always asking, Mom, do you have any Maybelline Sky High waterproof? I'm like, why would I get that? That's your favorite, not my favorite. But it does have, you know, the wand that she likes that really helps us separate and lift. I tell her she needs to get a new one more frequently than she does, but since she has to pay for it herself, she kind of tries to make it last as long as humanly possible. I did try the NARS Climax mascara. Of course, it's a little sample size. You know, I loved how big the brush was, but the formula didn't do anything for me. I was like, no, not worth the price. Here's one that I would get again, but only when I'm making a purchase from the brand. And this is the Lash Prototype from Make. I love their mascara. And the reason that I like it, this one's obviously really dried up, is that it builds bulky lashes. My lashes end up looking on the verge of gunky. Now, that may not be what you want, but sometimes I want a really big, massive, like over the top lash, and this delivers. It delivers on the same level as the Monsieur Big from Lancome, but this one's a little bit softer on the lashes, and I feel like the formula is not quite as stiff and pokey as the one from Lancome is, although Monsieur Big is still one of my favorite mascaras. I do love the one from Lisa Eldridge, the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash. Oh, so good, because it lifts, it defines, it holds a curl, and it's very soft and touchable, and there's no flaking and no smudging. So that one right now is like my perfect everyday mascara. When I want some, I will go for the Monsieur Big, but I would definitely purchase this again if I'm making another purchase from the Make website. We're just down to brow products and an eyeliner. I went through two of these. These are from M Cosmetics. These are the Micro Fluff Sculpting Brow Gel. And my favorite part about it is how tiny the spoolie is. There's fibers in this product. I'm wearing it in my brows today with the little like places to fill in with a tiny little pencil. But I'll tell you, this is my favorite tinted brow cream because the fibers build the look of more hairs. It does have hold to it. I like that the brush isn't too big. I have two more backups of this plus the one that's open in my drawer right now. Never without this. I still do really like the pencil from M Cosmetics. It has the teeny tiniest, there's nothing in here left, but pencil and a spoolie. Here's the one that I finished, but I love this product so much I have backups. Here's the one that I'm currently using. This right here, see how skinny it is? And then it turns wide. This is the Fine Liner Brow Pencil from M Cosmetics. I use the shade Deep Taupe. It's got a really great spoolie on the other side. I love how the packaging never breaks. The caps always snap on and stay on to the very end, and I don't have to worry about packaging breaking. I used to have that problem with the NYX. I used to have that problem with the ColourPop, but so many other ones, even the ABH ones, I was like, oh, I paid $20 what and your cap broke. I hate that. But I love that these are so well made. But I like the skinniness of this pencil. It looks like you're microblading your brows. That's what I love about this so much. And this duo right here, the fluffing brow sculpting cream along with the pencil, gives me perfect brows. Now, one that I wanted to love and worked really well until I tried to do the one thing that made this unique. This is from Dominique. This is called the Brow Frame. And I quit trying to mess with it because it won't sharpen anymore. So it's one of those interesting pencils that comes out looking like this. There is a sharpener on the other side, a sharpener like right here, and you're supposed to be able to run this along the edge and get it sharp and do that, and then use this to draw really short hair-like strokes or turn it long ways and to be able to draw on. I just can't tell you how much of a fail this is because it just keeps breaking. I do not want to pay $24, $26 for a brow pencil when there's not a lot of product in there. And when I go to sharpen it the way I'm supposed to be able to, the product keeps breaking. I lost the bulk of this pencil when it snapped off when I was sharpening it the way that the brand said you could. So this is a no for me. I would not recommend. I was so sad. I left the cap off of this and it dried up. This is the Beauty Pie Ultra Color Pro Gel Eyeliner. And this is, oh, see, it's still, but you have to press really hard. And I don't want to press that hard on my eye. But this one here is called Very Pretty Plum. This gel liner lasts so well. I have this one in like a bronze shade, in a brown shade. I had this plum shade. And when it sets, like, it doesn't go anywhere. But the problem I'm having now is that I left the cap off and this whole thing will, if it turns just right, well, the whole core will fall out, which means that it's not at its optimum. And that was a, user error. I should have remembered to put the lid back on it. I left it here on the desk and came back half a day later and was like, I'd given up the gel pencil ghost. So that was a me problem, but these liners from Beauty Pie are beautiful. There we go. That's all there is. I can't believe there's this much like makeup. I know that I'm going to go through brow products and mascaras. I do that a lot, but I'm really surprised I went through this much lip products. But I'm so happy to have these guys back because this means now they're all over the house again like they should be. I can't be happier. That's the one thing that I love. And now it has that slanted squeezy tube applicator that I really love. I would love to know what products you go through and finish regularly. If you want to see the other Empties video, it will be linked for you in the description box down below. But thanks so much for making time to watch today, and I'll see you again soon.